Hey guys, so I recently watched the Miraculous Season 5 finale, and I gotta say, I'm surprised it's over this fast, and I wish I could say it's over and that I feel concluded, but I can't. I'm not gonna lie, this is a rant video, probably, so if you don't want to hear anything negative, or you didn't watch the finale yet, you want to do that, because I'm going to tell you the reasons why I thought this finale sucked and that the writers disrespected its fans. And I'm not wrong with that. It disrespected its fans. It had the audacity to go to levels it shouldn't. And honestly, it makes me furious. Like, I was okay when I had first seen it, but now that I keep going in my mind about everything that's happened, every single thing that's happened, and how this ended out, and how we will never get things now, certain things, it makes me furious. It makes me frustrated, and it makes me wonder how they even thought it could work. So, let me just get into this. So, in this episode, this finale, basically Gabriel gives everyone nightmares with his last Akuma from the episode representation, which is a good idea to get everyone's mind distracted. And then the alliance that he has made, he goes ahead and puts something on there for people to use to soothe themselves from, the nightmares. And I think, okay, that's a good idea. That's all right. But already, I feel like the shocking thing is that when we open up the episode, Marinette is like not coping about what she just learned the last night with Felix. But we'll get into that later. So afterwards, we see Adrian sulking and mad, and he tells Plaid to leave, to go ahead and help Ladybug because he can't be there. And I think that's the most ridiculous thing in the world, when all they had to do was cut the cameras and he cataclysms and get out of there. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but who in the world on the writing team lost their brain molecules and thought it would be a good idea for the character whose family is directly connected to the plot to miss out on the finale? Because that's basically all we see of Adrian. He gets written out of that. So I'm already like, okay, why? And then, for the most part, we cut to everyone dealing with these people get corrupted and controlled from the Alliance. And weird things happen in this episode. So, Alia doesn't want to get the Cat Miraculous because she's afraid of getting, in trouble and caught with Monarch. But here's my thing. Plaid could have went to Zoe easily. I'm not saying he should have, but he could have if we really wanted to push this. And since we didn't get a transformation with Kenny Noir, that's all I'm gonna say. And another thing, we start seeing everyone fight off these people. Tell me why is Luca with Suhan? It doesn't make sense. And another thing, Suhan isn't with anyone, and why are we seeing him at a beach? I'm sorry, but when I think about that, it basically says to me, Suhan went on vacation while Paris was in dismay from a man who had 16 of the Miraculous. So I just think that's ridiculous. He was supposed to go get more help. His help is Luca and his crew. I'm sorry, I'm not dissing them, but I was expecting some miraculous heroes, some new Miraculous. That was ridiculous. And another thing that got on my nerves is that we saw Bunnix for like a small minute where she teleported Luca, Suhan, and them to Paris. But other than that, that's all we saw. So my biggest question is, Okay, why? Why is it that you put her on the poster when she doesn't do anything? I'm sorry, I felt like Aeon should have been on there before her. I'm not dissing Alex, I'm not dissing Bunnix. I'm not saying she had to be there, but she should have. I mean, because what could have happened? What would be the worst thing to happen? And then another thing, I'm sorry, it's a lot of things. I felt like the use of Faye, Aeon, and Jess was okay. It was alright. But I felt like it could have been more because we kind of just see them start and then they're like, where's Ladybug? And that's it. And I'm not saying, that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, I feel like we have a lot of things happening and there's no conclusion. And that's to a lot of stuff. Then Marinette, for some reason, goes to the Aggress house to talk to Natalie to try and convince Gabriel to send Adrian back to Paris. And I'm like, okay, but why? So Natalie's trying to sneak attack and get rid of Gabriel one last try before anything happens. And I'm just like, okay. And that was actually one of the only good scenes with her and Gabriel. And then Marinette, transformed as Ladybug, sees Monarch de-transform. And then she goes shocked. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Because literally, she was just told, basically told, the last episode that Gabriel is Monarch. I'm sorry, I feel like that was ridiculous. If they wanted to do that, what was the point of representation? I honestly just want to know. What's the point? And honestly, we could just skip that episode and it wouldn't change a thing. And I think that's stupid. And another stupid thing is that once this fight ensues with Monarch and Marinette, it's her who has to become Bug Noir. I'm sorry. This is Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. Why isn't Adrian here? There is literally no reason why she should be fighting this guy on her own. It's ridiculous. This story is literally intrinsically tied to Adrian, but he's not here. And then I'm just sitting here like, what? I don't think many people realize this, but we'll talk about that later. But basically, afterwards, Marinette and Gabriel de-transform and have this deep talk. And I'm like, okay. And then Gabriel, as I expected, tricks Marinette and still does what he wants to do and basically wins. And why? The whole point of the show is that no one should do the wish. I feel like him getting as far as he did without wishing would have been more effective. Marinette had helped, this wouldn't be happening. If Adrian was there, this wouldn't have been happening. So then the wish ensues, and we come back to everyone excited and happy and just chilling in the pool, in the Aggress mansion, nonetheless. And it makes me confused because Natalie's apparently back. Felix shows up after not being in the episode at all. Then we see either Amelie or Emily. It's not made clear yet, although I'm pretty sure it's Amelie, just chilling with Natalie. And I'm like, so if it's Emily, Gabriel had to have killed someone else for both of them to be alive. So I'm pretty sure it's Amelie, and he just died with his wife. Come to find out, they're apparently going back to school, and Miss Bustier has won for the mayor election. And I'm like, okay. And they made Paris just a little too perfect, eco-friendly, and just happy-go-lucky. We don't know where Chloe is. Zoe is there, but Chloe isn't. In fact, there's no scene of Chloe at all during this. And I think that's shocking because she is a pivotal character. But she's just not there. Basically, Marinette and Ladybug lied to Adrian, saying, "Your father helped me stop Monarch." And I'm sorry. If this was an actual good person, an actual good father, someone who wasn't Gabriel, who literally sat there forcing his son to go away from his girlfriend, literally sitting next to him while he is crying in tears, depressed. I'm sorry, no, I would never. After that, I've lost all respect for the man, period. And he's already dumb. I'm sorry. The fact that they didn't want to tell the truth, and I'm just like, so you're saving it, but why? And this another thing, they literally saved the identity reveal. The thing that us fans have been wanting since literally season 1. Season 1. We've been waiting for years. Almost 10 years. We've been waiting since 2015 to see the identity reveal. And it doesn't happen? That is absolutely, completely, and utterly unacceptable. Everyone's been pining for this to be done in season 5. And even accepted it earlier. But they literally didn't. I don't know if anyone realizes this, but because of how they killed off Gabriel, we will never get to see him react to his son being Cat Noir, other than the false times that we've seen it. We won't see it anymore. That is horrible. I mean, I get people may want to see Adrian as the villain. Oh, we'll have the identity reveal go south since Adrian and Marinette are already together. And I'm like, okay. But why? You don't need to keep something this important secret from him. This important? I'm sorry, but whoever thought Adrian didn't need to be there in the fight, in the finale, dealing with these character reveals, we didn't even get to see Adrian confront his dad. We will never see that. That is ridiculous. It is horrible. It's almost depressing that we will never see this stuff because of how they wrote this finale. Whoever thought that that was a good idea should literally be fired. I'm sorry. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm furious. How in the world? How in the world? How was this accepted? This is not Marinette's family. Really, if anyone was to get written out of helping them, that should have been her. But no. And literally, they accept Gabriel as a hero? A hero? Not only is Adrian living a lie, they're making the whole world live a lie. That is wrong. That is wrong. It's wrong. Like, I used to really like this show. I used to accept flaws. I used to push past them, maybe be a little disappointed. But this season finale literally is wrong. It's wrong. I don't know if it's because they were rushed, and it probably was. It felt a little rushed to me. To be honest, if they really wanted to pad out time, I would have rather, and if they wanted to keep the same plot, them develop this plot and let it end on the wish. Right on the wish. Not letting us see what happens. Because then we can go to season 6 and get explanation. And get a long time to explain. Because someone needs to explain why Suhan has done nothing. And even if someone was like, oh, but he trained Luca. That means he did nothing for episodes until Luca somehow managed to see him after migration. That's not smart. That's not right. It's just ridiculous. And whoever said Gabriel got redeemed, no, he did not. He won. He tricked Marinette. Like, literally, the Kwamis were in fear having to give him his wish. I think, overall, if I was to rate this finale, as an episode, it's a good episode. Maybe a 7 out of 10. But for the plot, for what it was supposed to do, what all was supposed to come out of this finale, it gets a 2 out of 10. Literally, the only things I think they really did right was the whole Marinette and Monarch ordeal. But they still didn't get that right because Adrian should have been there. He should have been there, hands down. I don't want to hear anyone else say anything else about it. Adrian is a main character who directly is on the plot. And honestly, Gabriel shouldn't have been able to make the wish. I feel like they could have had Marinette and she got one of the miraculous rings, right? She got ways. She could have gotten one that was more useful, like the rooster, to break the shield and then stop it. I just feel like this finale was all wrong. All wrong. And honestly, like, I feel like I need to do a rewrite. So look out for that, because I was already planning it, but now I need to, because this finale was wrong. Maybe if they had Adrian in this finale, it would be a little bit better. It would make more sense. But for what happened, I'm so sick and tired. I think it's disrespectful, utterly disrespectful for us to not get the identity reveal. Utterly disrespectful. I don't know who thought it was a good idea to disrespect. And that's what it is. It's disrespect. To me, it is for you to have the audacity. For them to have the audacity to make it impossible for us to get Adrian and Gabriel having reactions after learning who each other are. I think that's indispensably horrible. Indispensably horrible. That's why I describe this finale as indispensably horrible. I hope to never, ever have to sit through something that bad. And honestly, it almost makes me not want to watch season 6. Like, there are times where you wish things could be changed, but never have I ever felt this seriously about that until now. This finale was absolute, complete, and utter garbage. And I'm still on the fact that Felix literally did nothing. Chloe literally wasn't there. Adrian was not there, even though he was the second main character. Bunnix was shown to have an important role, but she barely did anything. The special guest heroes from the world specials didn't do as much as you think they would. And they just have these weird conclusions without explanation. They don't give off the important identity reveals, the important storylines that come with the identity reveals. And honestly, if it was up to me, I'd become a hawk moth just to make a wish that this show redid its whole series. Just because of that. I feel like they do too much. Gabriel is not a hero. He's not. But I think that's all I have in me to rant about. It was honestly an okay episode, I guess. But it was disrespectful in almost every way. So I hope you enjoyed watching this commentary, rant, on how the miraculous monarch arc ended horribly. Absolutely horribly. It's the most disrespectful finale ever. And that's saying something. I honestly think it's worse than Miracle Queen. And I do. Because it's just for no reason. They do this for no reason. I don't want to hear it. I don't. And if you're in the comments and you disagree, get ready because we are going to have an educated argument, an educated debate. But yeah, that's all. This is ITV signing out.